Gentlemen, welcome back to the Black Health and Wealth Show. This week, I want to get interactive with you all. I want us to dialogue. I want us to converse. I want to know your thoughts. I want your feedback. As you can see, I'm a proud graduate of Howard University. Now, when I was growing up, just like many of you, it was banged into my head. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, stay there until retirement. Now, when I was going to school back in the mid to late 80s, when I was in college for my undergrad degree, cost was somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a year. Now, I have a 9-year-old daughter. We know that college costs have just skyrocketed through the roof. Now, fortunately, she comes from a 2-income household. But I decided to look up what it would cost to send her to college in 2023 when she graduates. So according to Mass Mutual Financial Group, it's going to cost about $77,000 a year to send her to a private college. That's $305,000 for a 4-year degree. Now, the thing is, most folks don't graduate in 4 years. So who knows what that's going to cost? So the next question that I asked myself, so is college really worth the investment? You know, worth this $305,000 investment? Now, granted, she could go to, you know, a less expensive school. She could go to community college. She could live at home, you know, which would cut down on some costs, go to an in-state school. But still, is that amount invested worth it? So I stopped for a minute and I said, ho, ho, ho. Kevin, you went to college. What are some of the benefits that you got out of college? Excuse me. Of course, the greatest benefit that I got was some of my closest friends in the entire world I met in college. But the Pew Research Center said that Americans 25 to 32, you know, with a college degree make an average of $17,500 more a year than people without a college. I mean, with people with just a high school diploma. And in their lifetime, they make more than $1 million a year. And if you just have an associate's, it's about $325,000 more. And we also know that college degrees are also stepping stones to, you know, higher degrees like a master's or a doctorate, which can open up some more financial doors. And also, college is a great place to go and, you know, get your social growth and learn and, you know, along with other people around the same age that are trying to do the same thing. But anyone who knows me knows that my research is not going to stop there. And they also know that I'm someone that often operates from a position of logic. Now, we know that there's a disparity in what happens in America and what happens in Black America. So there's some things that I found out that I want to share with you all that kind of shocked me. First thing is 1.7 million students begin college in a remedial program. So, I mean, that's just crazy, but I mean, that's, you know, a take on our high schools and, you know, our public school education systems and our private educational school systems, but that's another topic for another day. And also, granted, most of those kids are at community college. The other thing is that 60% of bachelor degree recipients, they change the school that they go to. So everybody knows that when you change schools, you're going to lose some credit. Now, the average student loan, you know, annually for both blacks and whites is about $8,000. But that is half of the wealth of black families and only 7% of the wealth of white families. So the average black family averages about $16,000 in wealth, where the average white family averages almost $125,000 in wealth. So we know that this, you know, racial wealth gap is huge. You know, some, you know, studies estimate that it's at, you know, it's 8 times higher. Others estimate that it's 20 times higher. I mean, either way, that's a big gap. Now, black students who get degrees often face discrimination when they're, you know, looking for jobs. And there's a study out there that says some of that is just racial bias. There's just this subconscious thing that employers have against hiring black applicants. Now, we also know that for the past 50 years, the unemployment rate for blacks is twice as high as that for whites. And that gap grows larger when there's issues like the economic collapse in 2008 and other, difficult economic times since, before then. So that gap increases. Now, the thing is that even with the degree, even with that piece of paper, the unemployment rate for blacks is still twice as high as that for white college graduates. Now, you had 34% of white students that, got 4 years degrees compared with 20% of black students. And in addition, now this was one of the really things that got me, the rate of return on that piece of paper. So for every dollar that a black college graduate had, or made, should I say, that they made, a white college graduate made $11 more. So for every dollar, they got $11. So for every dollar that you're making, they're getting 11. That's just crazy to me. So, then you got 27% of black college recipients, black bachelor degree recipients who have student loan debt of about $30,000 compared to 16% of that of whites. But the thing that was probably most eye-opening was an article from the Washington Post dated March 10th, 2015. Folks, go look this up if you want. And that article is entitled, "White High School Dropouts Are Wealthier Than Black and Latino College Graduates." So is taking out those loans, is it actually worth it? Do you think college is still worth it? And is that adage that our parents put on us about go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a good job, and stay there until retirement, is that even viable today? So I'm definitely looking forward to your feedback. I love the fact that you tune into the show on a regular basis. The Black Health and Wealth Show is here to educate, inspire, and uplift. Fill up, my inbox, fill up the comment section. I'm looking forward to your feedback. Bring it on, people. Let's converse, let's dialogue. I want to know your thoughts. Peace and love.